Hi. So I feel like making a video and talking about a topic as regards giving permission. And it can be like us giving permission or like people giving us permission to help them or us giving someone permission to help us. And it goes in like various ways, but it's been bothering me in a lot of ways where I start seeing more and more that this whole giving permission is pretty much crap. It's a new age and is getting in the way. And I can be completely wrong, but this is how I feel about it today. First of all, I want to go back into before coming here on Earth. Most of us, before we come here on Earth, we are forced or are deceived to make soul contracts, which means the same way you're going to install the app on your phone, install a program or a game on your computer. There's this whole thing with terms of service. And most of us just want to go on and get the app, get the game, and install it right away and start playing it. We're caring about the end result, not what's happening in between. And in between, with the terms of service, we have a long ass text that we're not reading. So the same way, we don't care about the details and we're like, yeah, hurry up. Okay, I just want to get my stuff. The same way we want to install and get the app and just like go with it. The same way with coming here on Earth. We want to get a body. We want to go and play the game. We want to go do this stuff. Or if people are forced and or deceived to come here, they too want to like get the body and go get their game going. Not necessarily the game, but start their lives. Like, hey, it's finally new, fresh experience. Let's go. And the whole in between of coming here and what you have to agree to, which is like, let's say people cannot teleport, you cannot fly, your life will be miserable at some times, maybe you will have a hard time finding relationships. Maybe the whole thing with people will be pushing you back or your lives be messed with. There's a whole thing with having us to agree to the things that will limit us. So now instead of, let's say, being infinite being, like a godlike being that you are, we're limited to this physical body. And all of the beliefs were being pushed on us by the system, by our relatives, by people around us and everything else. We start buying ourselves into this little box. And that's where it all starts. And of course, things go way before that as well. But we're like, okay, so we have to agree that in order to be here on Earth and use this avatar of a physical human being, we need to agree to these rules. And a lot of times we just skip a lot of text and just like, okay, I got the basics. Yeah, I just can't fly, whatever. I can't fly in most of the worlds. And we end up here in the physical body. Cool. But at the same time, we're like being taught that if you want to help others, you need their permission. Well, first of all, when it's against us, like as in coming here on Earth and agreeing to a bunch of stuff, no one cares. And my dog is squeaking and they're playing around, but it doesn't matter. So with all this little interference, I will try to focus and just get my message out. There's this... Hi, buddy, playing around with your favorite toy. Anyway, I will try to focus because I'm finally feeling like, hey, I can make a video and it's not working. But I'm so sorry. So as we get here on Earth and we're made and forced to agree to stuff, there's a whole thing with, how we get entities in our space, how we're being messed with. And no one is asking actually, would you like to get this entity that's going to cause you depression or anxiety, that's going to talk to your ear and drive you mad and you're going to have nonstop talking in your head? No one really asks us that. And of course, it can be in the agreements, but even if you remove the agreement, nothing's really changing. You still have entities in your space. There are beings all around us that can open portals in our space, that can give you any item and chant it with the negative stuff. And now it's in your house. So let's say you got a cup from your grandma and the grandma got a gift from someone else. And that gift is actually like cursed or filled with entities. And now you bring it to your house and no one asked for your permission. Like you just got it, but now it's all of a sudden filthy and you have entities in your space. So we're being messed with in every way. Like people have directed energy weapons all around, like, views on them, voice to skull, remote neural monitoring, and more than that. So the whole buzzing in your ear and you hear voices and you have nonstop talking, it just goes beyond our imagination for most people. And what happens is like No one asked us if we should or want to get that stuff. No one asked us about it. People are abducted. People have their, astral bodies taken. Secret space program, my lab, 20 and back. No one really asked us if we want to go. Abductions. No one asked us. No. So there is no way you give permission to anyone. But now, with all the ways we can be messed with, which is allowed, and same thing with invite the devil in your house. Like there's the whole thing with you open the door and you need to invite them in. Yeah, that thing is out there. But the thing is, you already have like 50,000 demons and devils in your house already, in your space, all over the place. It's already there for most people anyway. You smoke, you use weed, you use let's say ayahuasca or some other stuff that's gonna get your DMT high. People who are not watching themselves will burn their energy shields. So let's say you're having fun, you're using some LSD, you're using some pills, or maybe you've been on depression and doctors prescribe you this stuff. Okay, you use it, you take pills for a year or two, and all of a sudden they mess up your system. Your energy shields are burned. No one's going to ask for your permission if they can come. No, the door's open already, and they're just going to flood you. So we have attacks from every possible corner. The whole thing with NPCs and people used against us and people around us being possessed and having an entity and just trying to mess with us happens all the time. But let's say when you are like, okay, I want to help a person. Like I have good intentions. I want them to feel better. I'm going to do this thing. No. Do not even try helping anyone unless you get their permission. That's bullshit. If you are going to be harmed, sure, everyone can harm you, but helping anyone? No. You need to get a permission. Bitch, please. It's so freaking annoying to me. It's like, I've been looking at this whole thing with giving permission to help, getting permission to, do something. It's like, bullshit. For me, it's just pissing me off because I'm seeing how this whole teaching in the New Age community, it's like, okay, anyone can harm us 24/7. No one's going to ask us or anything. They're just going to mess with us. And it's all cool. Agreements, it doesn't even matter anymore because even if you revoke them or not, most time it's like people are just going to be messed with anyway. But now when you're finally going to do something good for others, all of a sudden you need a permission. It's like, okay, so let's say a pedophile is raping a kid. And you're like, honey, would you please stop crying and moaning and just screaming? Because I need to get your permission to help. Can I help you, honey? Stop screaming, please. It's like, really? Are you just going to watch a kid being raped? Or are you going to actually step in and do something without asking for permission? It's like, a person, could you please pull it out? Because can I get your permission so that you would pull it out and I could help the kid? What kind of bullshit is that? Okay, let's take another scenario. You're living with a person. Let's say you're blind, you're deaf, you can't perceive shit, and you're living with a bully. The bully can push you around, the bully can hit you, the bully can fuck up your house. That happens. But you're like, well, I don't want this to happen. Yeah? Well, you're not going to ask for help because you don't know what the hell's going on. Like you're being pushed around, you don't know from where. And most of the time, this is what happens when you have a normal person. Sorry. And let's say someone who's a bit more aware. So a normal person is being messed with forever. Doesn't matter. Bullies can be in a physical form of a human shape. They can also come like entities and other stuff. And you're like, there's your friend, psychic, saying, listen, honey, there's a bully in your house messing with you and selling your stuff. I could do something about it, but I need your help. Like, what kind of idiot are you? Like, really, this is the most annoying thing. Let's say in New York, someone's getting robbed and you're just going to look at it and walk away. Let's say you have a gun. You can show it like, hey, fuck off, and all of a sudden the whole trouble is done. But no, in order to do something good, in order to help, that's the only place where we need permission. Other than that, to be fucked with, to be messed with, to be killed, no, it's okay. It's fine. But to help, no. So that's where I see this kind of crap with the, New Age is filled with stuff. And of course, at some point, this whole movement was great when it started, probably, yeah. But just like everywhere else, there's always the insider. Infiltrate, hijack, consolidate. That's the tactic. They come in, they take over, fill up the whole let's say, information stuff with their crap. And of course, there's going to be some truth in it where people are like, yeah, they buy it. And then the rest is crap. And then we just fall for these beliefs where, hey, most people are wondering why they are victims. Why are they being messed with? Why is their overself, higher self not helping them? Have you given them permission? Mr. Overself, I need help here, but I don't know. I'll give you permission to help me in 5 days because I feel like that. Like, what, do you really have to think it through? Like, Overself, you have my permission to help me. Now's the time. Really? It just doesn't work for me. So I don't know, like, I look at this concept. I work with people who are like, you have my permission to help me. Or, they're going to do something and they see their friend being bullied. They see their friend being destroyed in every possible way. And they're afraid to step in because the friend said, I don't know, like, I want help, but I don't know, like, I still don't give you permission to help. It's like, really? So people would choose to suffer, to be victims, and to just go with all the crap rather than like, okay, fuck this belief, So for me, it just doesn't make sense. It's this whole thing with giving permission to help. A lot of our spirit guides, our self, higher self, whatever you want to call it, a lot of beings from the past, if you're wondering why no one's helping you, why they're, let's say, you only have, most people have the bad abductions, but, it's not really going in a way where there's going to be good guys taking you and doing, let's say, astral surgery and helping you out energetically. That doesn't happen. You need to give them permission to help you. And it's just like, it's a belief shoved in our faces all the time so that we would feel like, okay, in order for something good for us to happen in our entire life, we need to give permission to that. In order for me to make money, I need to allow it. In order for me to get something good, I need to allow it. But all the bad crap is happening all the time anyway. So why do we have to work so hard for the good when the bad is always here? And for me, I'm just flipping and, hey, I see stuff, I'm going to step in. If I feel like I'm being proactive and I want to do something about it, I'm not going to ask. And I see where, like a person is suffering, they're hearing voices, and it's so easy to just like, I'm not even going to ask for their permission. They're walking, passing me by on the street, boom, the entity's destroyed, and all of a sudden it's quiet in their head. How hard is that? Just like that, easy. Do I need to walk up and, Mr., you have this entity cluster in your space, and in order for you to have the quiet mind, I need your permission to deal with the entities? It's like, it's bullshit. So I don't know, for me, it's like, it's just crazy. And I'm repeating myself, but I wonder, how do you people see this? Like, I can respect people's privacy. I can respect where people don't want me to mess with them. And, there are those like generalities where do not help if you're not asked to, because sometimes you might just be, messing people's lives and, no one asked. So why the fuck are you stepping in? It's not your business. And I can respect that. It's okay. I can respect people not wanting me to be there. That's fine. But it's so often where people are being victims and they can't do anything about it. And it's so easy to just like, okay, and you remove their entities, or you step in and you do stuff, you say something, you teach them. And for most of us, for most people, where they're like, you can have so much good happening if you stop believing that you need permission for others to help you. Because there are billions of beings from your past life that know you, your soul family, people you have lived with in various lives. They know you. They see you here suffering, but they can't help you unless you give them allowance. What if you don't have to give them allowance? What if you're like, fuck that belief, fuck that rule, and anyone that wants to help me in a good way where it's for my best interest, where, you describe it and define it how you would like to be helped with. And there's a lot of beings that can actually meet your terms and actually be there to help you out. Because let's say I don't really want any bad guys helping me, but there's that, it's for your greater good. And it's usually a lot of the bad side, beings using it against you. It's for your greater good, and they're going to come in and mess you up. But there's a lot of beings who don't care about the greater good, who care about you, your well-being, how you're doing. And they can reach out. But there's that belief most people have in the background that we need to allow them to help us. And just like that, there's this massive block, and we can't have, information coming to us. We can't have the download. We can't actually get out of body and see them, because you need to give people permission to pull you out of body. And it's so easy for billions of beings out there, the good guys, to just take you and show you like, hey, look, this is the truth. Look at this stuff. And they can pull you out in seconds. But no, they need your permission because someone has hardcore beliefs about it. So like, it's just funny for me. It's just funny. It's annoying. It's kind of like, it's so bad. It makes you cry and laugh at the same time. So I just been looking at this crap and, for me, I just stopped paying attention to that, the whole permission thing. No, no bad guys will care about it. No one who wants to harm you and make you feel bad, wrong, miserable, who want to harvest you or anything like that, they will not ask for your permission. They're already there. It's like the whole thing with letting the devil inside. Like I said, they're already in your space. There's already portals in your space, and it's so easy for them to mess with you. So you might as well just get rid of it and just start connecting with the good ones. So this is what I think so far. I don't know, like it's been annoying me. It's been getting in the way of a lot of people's lives, and they're so contradicted where, like for the bad stuff, they're not even thinking about it. But for the good stuff, all of a sudden it has to, meet certain requirements and, you have to allow it and all this stuff. Like, not really, not for me, not my beliefs. So again, this is what I think today. My beliefs might change. I might think differently, but I wonder how many of you might have had the same thoughts, or, hey, what's your take? If you think differently, let me know why and what do you think and what's the reasoning and all this stuff. But there it is, weird video from Aquila again. So hopefully you might have some food for thought and see what you might do with your beliefs. Anyway, I'll see you next time.